big boobs. I can't. Okay. So I'd asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted to know if you had any questions for me, just fill out the little question thing and I would do my best to answer some questions. So I thought I'd hop on and do a quick little, I guess, Q&A and just give you guys a little extra content. So I'm not only going to be answering some questions, I also want to talk about my online shop. I did mention it in my last video. We have now launched our soft launch and we are live. If you want to check out my online shop, it's called Low & Co. It's lowandco.ca and I will link that down below as well as across the screen for anyone who wants to go and check it out. As I mentioned, if you didn't see my last video, this is a soft launch. Very few items available, limited stock. I just wanted to dip my toes in the e-commerce world and see how it does. So right now we're only shipping nationwide, that's within Canada. And if you are from America and are interested in making any purchases, just have to DM us on our Low & Co Instagram page and send us your name, address, and the items you're interested in, and someone will get back to you with regards to if shipping is possible. This is something very brand new to me. I'm just learning, and so I haven't gone the international route just yet, but I hope to in the near future. In my last video I was wearing a few of the pieces that I'm carrying. This video I'm also wearing a piece that we carry, which is the bodysuit. It's the Essentials tank top bodysuit. This is in the color tan. It also comes in olive green, black, and that's it for now. Green, black, and tan at the moment. So I'm wearing a size small. However, I am pregnant, so I'm just wearing it with a pair of leggings. As I mentioned in my last video, I do find that the tank tops wear fairly long. They are better suited for long torsos. I have a short torso, which means there's a bit of give, I find, which is working for me now because I have the belly and the boobs filling it up. But yeah, prior to baby and boobs, I did find it had a bit of slack here on the straps, and that's me just being honest about the pieces. Keep that in mind. I'm 5'1", I average about 100 pounds, currently weighing at about 110. I fluctuate between 110 and 115, so that in mind, this is a size small, and the torso I find wears a bit long, so keep that in mind. Anyway, so on to the video. Let me just grab my phone and pull up. So cute. So the first one is from Nazma. I think that's how you pronounce your name, which is ridiculous because I've been following you for ages. We chat all the time, but I only know you on Instagram, so I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. But she says, "You're so gorgeous." Thank you so much. You're so beautiful yourself. On to an actual question. Jen Advises You asks, "Can you be my mom too?" Absolutely, as long as you're willing to be my mom as well. Like, we can be each other's moms. Like, I need a mom, you need a mom. We're both like in this need of a mom situation. So like, I'm all for it. What's a fourth kid, you know? Is this 2437 asks, "How are you feeling?" I am feeling much better. I haven't really talked about the pregnancy very much, and I don't know if it's something that I wanted to add to my channel and start vlogging and start kind of capturing. Like, that was my intention when I first found out I was pregnant. I was like, oh, you know what, this is nice. I'm gonna capture it all and share it with my YouTube family. But then the reality of what pregnancy is like hit again, and I didn't do that. I definitely felt very sick, and not by any surprise. I actually felt very sick, yet better than I did with my girls. So with my girls, I was actually physically sick all day, every day for about 3 to 4 months each. And then with this pregnancy, I find that I was very sick. Like, I felt very sick. It was like randomly that I would actually get physically sick, with the exception of a few days that was like an all-day thing. But I will say I'm thankful it wasn't as bad as it was with the girls. It's really hard to go on with your life when you're constantly with your head in a toilet. So thankfully for that, I was able to continue working and there wasn't too much of a disruption. Anthony has been amazing. He literally waits on me hand and foot. I'm about 4 months pregnant, so I'm sure it's kind of getting old for him, but a lot has fallen on his shoulders. So he's been doing really good and I really appreciate everything that he does for me, for the girls. Like, he's holding it down. But now that I'm starting to feel a little bit better, I hope that my energy levels start rising and then I can contribute a little bit more, because things have been just a mess. Just put it that way. As for how I'm feeling in terms of emotionally, I'm excited. I am excited, but I'm very, very nervous, very scared. There's a lot of doubt and fear with this pregnancy. Talking a lot with my hands, I apologize. So I'm gonna stop there because maybe you guys want like a full-blown, I was headed there, what happened? Oh yeah, because I got sick. Anyway, if you guys want to know more about like my actual pregnancy, how I'm feeling in terms of emotions and all of that stuff, I'll totally do a series of just following my pregnancy. I've been watching, a lot of people are pregnant right now or just had babies, so I've been watching a lot of that and thought maybe if you guys are interested, I'll go ahead and vlog my own experience. But for now, long ass story short, I'm feeling a lot better and I hope it sticks around. Okay, next question. Tips on growing healthy hair. So this kind of goes in conjunction with, I have some questions here with regards to hair product. So I'm just gonna get on the hair topic. This is my hair. I haven't colored it in like months and months, but everyone always asks me how I get my hair so healthy, how I get my hair so shiny. Literally, I do nothing and that's probably it. Like, I don't style my hair often. I don't color my hair often. I pretty much let my hair just be, and I know that's a huge contributing factor. But also, I use good products on my hair. I really like the Olaplex line. I did do a video on it, so I'll link it up above so you can go check that out. I still use their products, but I have bounced back and forth with shampoos and conditioners. Right now, I'm only using whatever's in my shower. I don't even know what it is, but that being said, in terms of how to get your hair healthy, I would say you need to cut your hair often. If your hair is damaged, it needs to be cut more often until you get it to a healthier state. Then you can go a full 10 weeks in between cuts. They say anywhere from 8 to 10 weeks is the average suggested amount of time between haircuts. When my hair was really damaged, I was cutting it probably every 4 weeks just to trim. I know it sounds counterproductive. It sounds backwards to be cutting your hair when you want it to grow, but the fact of the matter is our hair grows. For those who don't have gray hair, I guess you might not see your root unless you're coloring your hair a different color, but we have roots, right? Like my biggest thing I get in my chair at work is, why isn't my hair growing? But I'm like, but aren't you here doing your root? Like, it's growing. It's just breaking. So to prevent breakage, we must take care of our hair, but we must also cut our hair. We need to trim our hair. We need to cut the dead ends. I look at it like growing grass. You can't just want your grass long and just leave it. Like, you have to take care of it. You have to trim it every few weeks. Like, you have to maintain it in order to have nice, beautiful, full grass. So our hair works in the same way. So number one, I would suggest if your hair is currently damaged, try getting a trim every 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks at the most. For starters, make sure you're using good quality hair products and heat protector. You need to use some sort of a treatment heat protector. This one is my absolute favorite, the Living Proof Restore Perfecting Spray. It's a UV and heat protective spray. It's conditioning, detangling. It's a conditioning, detangling spray. And it says here, goes beyond moisture for strength, smoothness, and shine. This stuff's amazing. I don't really know how else to explain it. This is when I first fell in love with it. I already used it and liked it. but I had a client, or I have a client, she'd come in for color and she'd come in for her roots. She dyes her hair darker than her natural. So she'd come in for her roots, and almost every visit I found that we had to keep pulling the color through her ends. Her ends would fade very red, and I was like, why am I pulling the color through every 4 weeks? It just doesn't make sense. Her hair would tangle very easily. So I always use this in the salon. So I used it on her, and I just mentioned to her, like, I use this for detangling with my girl. If you're interested, it's really good, blah. So she picked it up. And then I started noticing every time she was in, I was only doing her root, and I was like, wow, your color's holding really well. Are you doing anything different? And she's like, no. And then she said, well, the only thing I could think of is I added the Restore spray to my routine. And I was like, oh my God, that is amazing. It was literally helping to restore her hair to the point where her color was no longer fading from the ends. So typically when hair is porous, dry, brittle, color will fade from it. And just from using that or adding that to her routine, huge difference. Her hair was in a way better state. So that is like my #1 recommendation if you're looking for a product to help restore your hair. Now, Living Proof has an entire line called Restore. They have shampoo, conditioner, masks, all that stuff. This is my go-to. I'm not familiar enough with all their other products in the line to suggest anything, but I know people that are. So if you're interested, check them out. I'm gonna go into some other hair products that I do really like. Okay, I'm gonna start with volume. So these two products I like. I use them in conjunction with one another. The first is Goldwell Ultra Volume Brilliant Styling Mousse. It's called Glamour Whip #3. So this is a mousse. And then I also go in and I use Living Proof Full Root Lift Spray. All Day Boost at the root. So basically what I do is I literally go in, spray it at the root, and I section my hair off as I'm putting this in. And then I like kind of all over and I blow dry. I do have a blow drying video that should help you if you're interested in seeing how I actually blow dry for volume as well. So that's for volume. Now I will go into texture. I don't have it on me, but Living Proof has an amazing texture spray as well. It's in their Perfect Hair Day line. I'll pull it up and insert a photo of it right here. Next, I also like, it's called Creative Texture. It's a dry texture spray. It's called Dry Boost 2. This is by Goldwell. And again, these are products that I specifically use and I enjoy. So this one is, we'll just spray it. Basically just shake it and spray. I like to lift up my hair and like let it all fall. It basically gives you some grit to your hair. Not crazy, but it gives you that like dirty hair, but not like actually dirty. Basically creative texture. It gives you oomph back in your hair and makes it kind of messy sexy. And then to finish off, I like to use Flex Hairspray by Living Proof. This stuff smells amazing. Amazing. It's like, it's so sweet. Like literally, it just smells sweet. Like it's so good. And it's so flexible. You can brush right through it. And it's also heat protectant. I like to combine that one with Living Proof Frizz Humidity Shield. This just helps to protect against humidity. More so depends on where you're watching this, but for us in the summer here in Toronto, Canada, lots of humidity in the summer. This is a great product. And then for your dirty hair days, I like the Living Proof Dry Shampoo, and it's their Perfect Hair Day line. It's so good. The only thing I will say is I find you go through it so quickly. Like there's like nothing in here. It goes by really quick. I don't like that. But it is literally the only dry shampoo that I like. Only one that I've tried, to be fair. One thing I want to mention, I should have mentioned in the beginning because it's what you start with, is this new product that I discovered. It's very shiny. It's called Wow, Color Wow, or Color Wow, but Wow, whatever. It's called Dream Coat. Supernatural Spray. Magically transforms texture, amazing humidity proofing powers. Literally, that's what it does. So what you want to do with this product is the first thing you put in your hair. It's the only thing you put in your hair, and it does last, it says it lasts 3 to 4 washes. Up to 3 shampoos, it says. It's heat activated. You do need to use a blow dry to activate this and make it work. What I will say is if it's not used properly, you won't see results and you're gonna think that's trash, but it's not. If you use it properly, it's one of the most amazing products I've ever used. I have a client whose hair is very, very sensitive to humidity. Like, I'm talking, she can't break a sweat because the frizz kicks in. So I bought it to try on her specifically, and we swear by it, both of us. I'm gonna tell you the exact way to use it. So you wash your hair, you towel dry your hair, you section your hair starting at the bottom, and you drench your hair in this spray. Basically towel dry it, and then you wanna almost re-wet your hair with this spray. That being said, you're gonna go through a lot of product, but it's amazing. And you wanna do root to ends, make sure it's wet. By the time you've sprayed your entire head, it should be wet again. And then you go in and you blow dry. Section it, blow dry. Don't use any other styling product. That includes the detangler. Don't use this when you're using the Wild Spray that I Cool Girl threw back there. Just use it by itself when you're using it. With my client, we literally use it every time. She only comes into the salon for blow dry. She doesn't blow dry her hair at home. She's in about twice a week for a blow dry. So it's literally the only product I use on her. The only product I use on her, and then I go in with the Flex Spray and the Humidity Shield. That is it. That's all I use on her. For those of you who don't need it for every time you blow dry, on the times you're using it, don't use any other product. And then when you're not using it, feel free to use the Restore Spray and all that stuff. Okay, so I went on for quite a bit there with hair product suggestions, so I don't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop there only because this video got really long, because of course I started talking about hair products and that goes on forever. So I'll post another story on Instagram and do that another time. I'll give you guys more time to ask me questions and I'll be quick with my responses. Promise. My first time doing it this way, not very productive. We're learning along the way, okay? Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope that my hair tips helped you out, because that's majority of this video. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Later.